Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano, Jr., natural born thriller. Welcome everyone to WWE NXT review the show from December 19th, 2018. You have not, I'm sorry, Renaro, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson on commentary. So let me say it again: Mauro Renaro, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson on commentary. And also, they're at Winter Park, Florida. Right now, about to pick a selection here. What should I use here? Like you know, the ones that I chose for next time I do these. You know, I guess this one. Last time I checked. What's this here? I'll go back to this. There we go. I think I should go with this one. All right. Hopefully, I saw my 205 live review. Unfortunately, what pertains to me doing a 205 live review, wasn't sorry about that. Wasn't having any good connection for whatever reason, but hopefully everything's all good now. Let me get rid of this now, and let's get to up in NXT from last week basically, and then we'll talk more about what's happening for this current week for NXT. So here we go. So like I said, NXT from December 19, 2018. They're hyping up for next week's NXT, and also hyping up for the next NXT Takeover show, which is going to be in Phoenix. Now that I remember now, it's actually NXT Takeover Phoenix that they've been up to. And as far as this episode of of NXT, excuse me, not Impact Wrestling, no Impact Wrestling reviews, unfortunately, not until 2019. But this show was basically building up for the steel cage main event between Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black. And I'll get to more about Aleister Black later on when I get to some notes here that I'm about to go through. So here we go. Io Shirai and Dakota Kai versus Jessica Mendude and Jessica Mendude, excuse me, and Marina Shafir. This is two of the four horsewomen of MMA making their official NXT debut on television, having a match, and I thought they were decent. Not bad. In the match, though, I was in more favor of Jessica Menduke than I was Marina Shafir, I meant to say. But yeah, basically the match, and the match itself was pretty decent too. Io Shirai was winning over Marina Shafir, and basically what happens next for the four horsewomen. Basically, you have three of the four horsewomen on NXT, while you got one of them on the main roster who's the Raw Women's Champion. But what's next for them after they just lost? I don't know. But we'll see. We get a video package of Donovan Dijak, but they call him by Dijakovic. Dijakovic, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I think that's how they pronounced it. And yeah, basically, feature eyes and all that, and his debut is going to be coming up. But before we do, we get to a recap what happened with Matt Riddle. He got attacked by Cassius Ohno on the last time they ended up meeting up. And he gets interviewed by these reporters that he was not too happy about that, but he doesn't blame them. What pertains to what happened at NXT Takeover, they knocked him out in 7 seconds to win the match, and basically he wants another piece of Cassius Ohno, and then he leaves with a positive note, take stand by to the reporters, and then he leaves. He looked like a chill, cool dude. who obviously there's a reason why behind that, kind of like an RVD type of way. Um, but yeah, Matt Riddle, I like him, and we'll see how that the story continues with Aleister Black. I mean not Aleister Black, Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno, excuse me. I'm assuming it's going to lead to a takeover match. To have a proper takeover match instead of the ones that we had last time from War Games. All right, we get this African American wrestler named by Aaron Mackey, and he goes up against the debut, or should I say the re-debut, the repackage of Dalvin Dijak, who goes by Dominik, Dijakovic. I think that's again. I think that's how you start pronounce his last name. But he came out. He looking intense as always. He's always looking intense, obviously, especially during the day of Ring of Honor. Dalvin Dijak, who's now go by Dominik, Dominik Dijakovic. He's basically he was dominant in the match. Obviously, he won the match. Obviously, no surprise there. But he was very dominant in this match. He looked very intimidating. He had some intensity. In the end, he ends up winning with the Feast Your Eyes, which is like a fireman's carry, but look like he's going for the Brain Hammer. But instead of going for the Brain Hammer, he goes to take his foot off of him and then knees up to the face, Feast Your Eyes, and he gets to Dijakovic gets to win. Dominik Dijakovic. Next we had Heavy Machinery of their debut package, dominating in the tag team, and it talked about how they've been undefeated. They haven't lost a match for 6 months, basically. I'm not saying they're undefeated. I'm just saying they haven't lost a match for 6 months, basically, which is true. Not much to say about that. So, and then we do get Heavy Machinery. I'll get to him later on after this one. So, Warren Regal on his Twitter announces that he was so impressed of Io Shirai's match, that tag match that she had earlier in the night, that he decided to add her into the fatal 4-way match for the no contendership against the NXT Women's Champion in the future, which is going to be taken over at Takeover of Phoenix. But your participants that's going to be fighting for the championship against Shayna Baszler is Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, Mia Yim, and Lacey Evans. And that's going to be next week's episode, well, this week's coming of NXT on a Wednesday night, which I can't wait to see, folks. Unfortunately, Lacey Evans is not going to win. She's going to be called up to the main roster, so it won't make any sense for her to win this match anyways. Mia Yim, I can see Mia Yim winning this, but she's not really built up to give us a reason why we should see her wrestle against Shayna Baszler, despite the fact that Io Shirai, I mean not Io Shirai, that Shayna Baszler and Mia Yim have history together. Even before WWE, they have history together during their times in the Indies. So, and plus they have history in WWE too as well, where it pertains to the first annual Mae Young Classic from last year. With Shayna Baszler winning, obviously. So I wouldn't mind seeing this match again if Mia Yim wins. Bianca Belair, that will be someone I will pick to win. Should be my number one pick to win. Bianca Belair. It's fine. I think it's her time to finally go to the NXT Women's Championship, because she is still in NXT. Since being in WWE NXT, she is still on the fee. 10. That's how she does it. But it's cool the way she does it too. Bianca Belair, who is the EST of NXT, and she is on the fee 10. So it would make sense for her to win this match. Obviously, she is gonna be my pick to win this match. But then you got Io Shirai. Io Shirai, who's now in the program against the three women's of 4 horsewomen of MMA, basically. So I could see that Io Shirai can win this match. What pertains to continuing the storyline, the feud that Io Shirai is having right now with the 3 or 4 horsewomen of MMA. So I could see Io Shirai winning this, but I want to see Bianca Belair winning this match. So again, Lacey Evans, I would say she could win, but don't see her winning because she's gonna be moved up to the main roster. If you haven't seen Raw, she's one of those call ups from NXT to come to the main roster. Speaking of which, I'll get to that part of Heavy Machinery later on. And Mia Yim, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing her winning too, but they haven't really built any story of why she should win. Bianca Belair, there's a good story behind her to go after the NXT Women's Championship because she's never lost in NXT against any women that she's wrestling on NXT because she's undefeated. And then you got Io Shirai, who's in the middle of the program with the three women of the 4 horsewomen of MMA. So I do see Io Shirai winning, but I think they should give this to Bianca Belair to really build her up to be a legit top contender of the NXT Women's Championship. Not saying that Io Shirai is not a legit top contender. Obviously, she is. She's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. She's been proven that, and even before coming to WWE. But I want to see Bianca Belair getting this win, but we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to this match too. This should be the main event, by the way. This fatal 4-way women's number 1 contendership match should be the main event for next week's NXT show, which is going to be actually this coming week, obviously, on the Wednesday. So, all right. Now with that out of the way, let's get to someone else who's not going to win any NXT golds, and that's Heavy Machinery, Tucker Knight, and Otis Dosovic. So they went out there, they went against these 2 jobbers, don't know who they are. They didn't bother giving them the names. Also, Undisputed Era comes out to have a good eye on the stage to see Heavy Machinery, of this match, because Heavy Machinery is getting a title shot, the NXT Tag Team Championship title shots against Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. Excuse me. Heavy Machinery, well, obviously they were impressive in this match, but even though they won the match, I don't see them winning the NXT Tag Team Championships because again, you got Undisputed Era who are hot as a faction, and on top of that, Heavy Machinery is also one of those guys that also got a call up for the main roster to come up pretty soon to either Raw or SmackDown. In my eyes, I think they're the fit to be on Raw, especially where it pertains to how talented Otis Dosovic is. Tucker Knight, he's decent. I'll also say that he's decent. But I see a lot of talent in Otis Dosovic, and on top of that, he's very entertaining too. Also, Black is warm up for his match against Johnny Gargano, and it showed when Johnny Gargano also warm up for his match against Aleister Black. And then they announced that NXT TakeOver in Philadelphia, in Phoenix, Arizona, excuse me, Philadelphia. Sorry about that, folks. I must be thinking about this past year. Tommaso Ciampa defends his NXT Championship against Aleister Black. I can't wait for that match, folks. So, we get to the steel cage match. Aleister Black versus Johnny Gargano. So Aleister Black tried to get into the ring, to get to the steel cage. Johnny Gargano decides to attack him before the match. They start fighting outside before they got into the steel cage. Aleister Black was kicking his ass when he got some his advantage that he can get to Gargano. So they finally get to the ring, and then also when the match starts, the steel cage. You could win by escaping the cage, either by climbing the cage or going to the door of the steel cage, or you could win by either pinfall or submission of the steel cage match. And this steel cage match between Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano was good. It was freaking good. A lot of cool spots in the match. A lot of using the cage as a weapon in the match too. Unfortunately, where it pertains to the steel cage, head first to the cage, no blood. There was no blood in this match, which is unfortunate. I mean, the whole point of having a steel cage match, is by, showcasing how dangerous a steel cage match can be, and to prove it, you gotta show how dangerous it can be by showing by showing some colors in there, blood, bleeding. Unfortunately, there was no blood, especially when it pertains to a cage match between Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano. At one point, Clinic versus Samoa Joe. That was the last time we ever had that steel cage match, which I believe was 2 years ago. Wow. Advantages of Aleister Black. He tried to end it with a super kick, but Aleister out know the black man. Look, he's about to escape cage from a mile away. As soon as I saw so I was black who's going to go up against Charles Champa, and and I said at the same time, yeah, Johnny Gargano, who just lost against House Black. So all you gonna do is to keep both men strong in this match. What happened? Tommaso comes. He slams the cage door, preventing House Black to. Gargano sees this. These two were known as no. Gargano has a look on his face. Ciampa has a look on his face, like and they also look at House of Black, and they walk away on his face. And there you go. I don't know. At this point, folks, I don't know. All I'm looking forward to now is to see the build-up between House of Black versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship. The next overall rating for the show. Go 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so 8.5 out of 10. I'll give it an NXT show. And there you go. That being said, if this is your first time watching, whichever you prefer, there you go.